And then let's see how the... Woo! Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be going over the all-new Honda Ridgeline with the HPD package. Before we get into this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Stockton 12 Honda here in Utah for giving me some time with this Ridgeline. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you're wondering, this Ridgeline is available for sale. They also have a couple more HPD editions that both have the blackout package on it. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, like I said, check them out. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's dive right into it. So under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 3.5 liter V6 that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 280 horsepower and then 262 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go to the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood here, I really like this red color, by the way, and notice how it kind of just slopes off on either side. And then popping down below, you guys can see there's quite a bit of chrome trim there on the front, but notice the grille itself is blacked out. You got the Honda logo as well, and then you guys can see the slight daytime running lights there around the headlights, and then we do have the turn signals down below, which has also been kind of like interesting on the Ridgeline. And then down below the turn signal indicator, you got a fog light, and there. And then when you put it all together, it looks pretty cool from the front. Coming around the side here, tire wheel setup is 245, 60, 18 in the front and over in the rear as well. And you can see that this is a big part of the HPD package. These gold wheels, they definitely look pretty crazy. Now, if this isn't your color, there's the HPD black package that basically does all the same stuff you have on this package, but then just blacks everything out so you'd have black wheels, for example. Notice the gigantic chunky fender flare there, and then you guys can see all-terrain tires also kind of part of this package. And then notice the bodywork there on the side, and then you got the HPD logo there on the side of the bed. And then taking a look at the side view here, I think that it's definitely a cool looking truck. Again, the wheels definitely pop out quite a bit. So we've got the key fob here. You guys can see you've got the remote start function, the unlock function, the lock function, and then the Honda logo there on the back. Now with the tailgate here, you just pull this latch and then it does not slow lower down, so you got to make sure that you hold it yourself, but it's also not a super heavy tailgate. And then notice everything is already protected from the factory, and I know that you can't really see all that much because there's snow. And because there's a lot of snow, I can't show you a really cool feature on the Ridgeline. This has a truck bed trunk. So basically underneath here, there is even more storage space. You just got to trust me. And then also 1,477 pounds of payload capacity. But what I can show you is if you lock this into place and pull right here, you've got the barn door opening. And then this is how you open up that trunk thing. Actually, maybe I can't open it up. Ugh! It's kind of heavy with all the snow on top of it. But yeah, you got storage space underneath and lots of snow. Here's a closer look at that HPD logo. Then you guys can see here with the taillights, and yeah, pretty cool. Got your all-wheel drive badge and then the Ridgeline logo as well. And then look at the dual exhaust tips. Towing capacity, 5,000 pounds. And you know what's really funny is when the Ridgeline first came out, people made a lot of fun of it. And now a lot of people like it because it looks good and it's practical. Now here is the door panel. You guys can see really nice material use. Look at the stitching that goes across. You got your cup holder right there, and that's all. And then we got these nice leather seats, as you can see, perforated down the center portion and all black, so it keeps things neutral. And then you got that handle right there. That lets you pull up the seat so you can see the under-seat storage. Legroom back here is actually pretty solid for a mid-sized truck. And then you guys can see a little storage pocket there. Got some vents in the center with some USB ports. And then headroom's also solid back here. And then you guys can see here with the little cup holder armrest, actually pretty big cup holder armrest. With the front door panel, you guys can see again with the padding and the stitching, you got all of our window controls. Notice the front two are automatic. You got your door lock and unlock, memory seat functionality as well, and then that's just to release the gas cap. And then you guys can see decent storage. And then here are the front seats again, leather like the back, and then you can see perforated all down the center. And then we do have our power adjustments on the side. Now I've got quite a few controls in here, stuff for like the outlet, the cargo light, stability control, your collision assistance, lane departure, parking sensors, mirror adjustment, and then that is your good fuel economy mode. So you guys can see we have this genuine leather-wrapped steering wheel, which yeah, looks really nice. Paddle shifters on the back for that 9-speed automatic. This does come with adaptive cruise control as well as your steering assist. We got phone controls, voice command controls, as well as some controls for like the radio and everything. And then turn signal, light stock, windshield wiper stock. I almost missed this pesky little control. Heated steering wheel on the steering wheel. So here's our gauge cluster, mostly analog, but we do have a screen there in the center, and then I can scroll through different bits of info here on the Ridgeline, so, you know, pretty fancy. Now I've got a backup camera here with direction lines that turn with the steering wheel, and resolution's pretty solid, and then you do have a zoom in function, so if you're hooking up to a trailer. Now as to the rest of the infotainment screen, this is obviously not Honda's newest unit, but you know, response time with the screen itself is actually pretty solid, and you've got all these shortcut buttons here on the side which kind of make things easy. So great screen, and look at this, analog volume control, very important. We have our dual zone climate controls just down below, and then down below that you get your heated seat controls and then a little bit of storage. We've got some charging ports here with a wireless phone charging pad, and then we have our transmission selector here. So yeah, a bunch of buttons and everything. This is a drive mode select. We'll go over that in just a moment. Auto stop start, and then cup holders. With those drive modes, they'll pop up here in the center. So you guys can see we got a normal, snow, mud, sand, and it's cool that it shows a little Ridgeline animation driving over it. Now we have this very interesting center console here. It's got more charging ports inside, and I like the trim on the outside. Anyways, glove box, it's a glove box. I like that trim too, and then the dash kind of has some nice padding. And then up top we got the sunglass holder here. We do have a sunroof as well, and then just a lighter colored headliner. Now it's kind of hard to see because of all of the glare, but anyways, 2023 Ridgeline, and then HPD bronze package. That's what this one's called, 2,900 bucks. That gives you the fender flares, the wheels, the grille, the decals, and the emblems. So yeah. Anyways, total MSRP 49,320. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off here. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both of the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring, by the way, looks like. And then throughout the rest of the rear, at least I think so, because it has the little, yeah, it has blind spot monitoring. Anyways, let's set off. So we are setting off in the Ridgeline, aka the best fake pickup truck of all time. I know, I'm so mean to the Ridgeline. Everyone's mean to the Ridgeline, but we'll kind of discuss that with this video. So first off, one big benefit of the Ridgeline being that it is unibody is that the ride quality is really good, and it also handles amazingly well. With regular pickup trucks that are body on frame, right, ride quality is great when you're off-road because the body on frame kind of isolates you, but on-road, you know, unibody usually does a little bit better. And then again, the biggest thing is the handling. Like turn-in feels great. Again, this handles and drives like an SUV. It just happens to have a truck bed. And something that I can confidently say is really good is Honda's all-wheel drive system that this has. I had I can't remember if it was a Pilot or a Passport Trail Sport. It was one of those two. That was a Trail Sport. I took it off-road, and I was really impressed with the all-wheel drive system. So it's a solid system overall. Yeah, good torque out of the V6. Seat comfort's actually pretty good. The heated seat function definitely coming in clutch, and it's just a really well driving, you know, comfortable vehicle overall, and it's quiet too. That's the other thing. Is, you know, because of how this is shaped and all that, a little bit more aerodynamic than most trucks, and so you don't get nearly as much wind buffeting as what you'll get in a lot of other pickup trucks. And then let's see how the, woo, it's partial throttle, but still, yeah, this thing gets up and moves. That 3.5 V6 is no slouch, that is for sure. Yeah, I really do like how this drives. It does an exceptional job. So let's kind of sum things up here with the Ridgeline. First off, I actually think it looks really good. Like, you know, when I first saw the Ridgeline, I was like, I'm not so sure about this thing, but you know, as time's gone on, I like it more and more. And then when it comes to the interior, I think this is a pretty nice interior. It's not the most like updated, especially compared to some of Honda's other vehicles, but you know, still pretty nice. And I'm sure the Ridgeline will get an update in the near future. It drives amazingly well, and it can do truck stuff. It has a bed. It's got 1,400 pounds of payload capacity. I know half-ton trucks, like the Ram 1500 in a lot of different packaging, has less payload than this, okay? So payloads there. Towing capacity is, I feel like, the weak point of this truck actually, because it tows 5,000 pounds, which is good. Most mid-sized trucks are in the 7,000 pound range. So, you know, it would be cool if Honda would bring things up a little bit with the towing capacity with the Ridgeline. But aside from that, it's great. So I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video. It'll probably be something absolutely hilarious because I like trolling people. I think people take my titles too seriously. Like, I just like messing with people. But like, seriously, even though a lot of people don't consider this a pickup truck, it's a really good not pickup truck, if that makes sense. Like, great utility vehicle, whatever the heck you want to call it. And these things are super reliable too. I remember getting these traded in when I worked at the dealership with hundreds of thousands of miles on them, and they would still run perfectly fine. Like, these things are built really well. So if you want, I guess, like, just a really well built utility vehicle, we'll call it that for now. That's what the Ridgeline will do, and this HPD package is pretty cool with the looks. I think that they did a good job. That's because something's up there video on this Honda Ridgeline. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Stockton 12 Honda here in Utah for giving me some time with this Ridgeline. Check out their inventory in the description down below. I'll see ya.